Good day, mate. What's up, YouTube fam? Davis Journey in here with another video. Today's topic is permaculture farm. Permaculture fruit forest. Food forest. Permaculture fruit food forest. No. So, yes, that's what it's all about. Basically, I am in the progress of expanding the fruit forest that was already established here at the property when we purchased it. So yeah, if you don't know much about permaculture or a food forest, you're basically trying to replicate an ecosystem that is self-sufficient. Permaculture, permanent culture, in a way, it's kind of just mimicking what nature has already done for itself. You go into the bush or the forest, where have you, that things are lush and green, and you have like a whole ecosystem of everything thriving, and there's no farmer there, there's nobody pulling weeds and adding fertilizers and what have you, but it's there and it's producing, and there's food and there's animals and living creatures, and everything's got a purpose and it's flowing, right? So, and being aware of the troubles of commercial farming and commercial farming techniques and non-organic methods and whatnot, I feel like we have a responsibility to take control of quality food production that doesn't destroy the earth's soils, because that's a big problem right now, but I'm not going to get into that. So, trying to create my own permaculture forest in basically an open paddock, a nice slope facing northeast, and yeah, got full sun, basically interplanting lots of varieties of fruit trees rather than just rows of crops of the same fruit tree. And not only just fruit trees, interplanting with companion plants, plants that have a purpose in bringing in certain pests, or excuse me, good pests, and also plants that are companions in what is it, being like a soil conditioner to the soil. So an example is Comfrey. Interplanting Comfrey all around my fruit trees. This Comfrey's got a very deep root system, and they can go down to the subsoil and bring nutrients up and feed plants surrounding them. Pretty crazy. So yeah, not only that, you're putting in flower crops as well, things that will attract bees and whatnot. Mainly it's all perennials. You can grow annuals amongst in between things, but I'm trying to go for just a whole perennial garden, perennial fruit forest of a variety of fruit trees, both stone fruit and berries, guavas, artichokes, things like that. Anything that is edible, right? That's almost the main goal, is if you're gonna be growing something, at least get some sort of use out of it. So yeah, basically take you down to this fruit forest and show you what I've been doing. There's still a lot more to plant. I've planted a lot already and got my interplantings going, and yeah, let's go check it out. So here we are, beginning stages of a permaculture fruit forest. A lot of these trees have been planted just a few months ago. A couple of them I did plant last year. You can see all these established fruit trees that were planted by the original owners some 10 years ago. Good variety of stuff. Citrus, orange, tangerine, lemon, lime. There's also cherries, quince, figs, blueberries, peaches, my rooster. Anyway, so my thought plan was to expand this fruit orchard along this whole top paddock, which is that nice slope I was talking about, northeast facing slope, full sun. And yeah, so it's pretty exciting. It's more of just a documentation, just to see all these trees, like super small at the moment, and 10 years from now, just to look back and be like, wow, or however long it takes. But I've got avocados in here, a lot more citrus, more oranges, lemons and limes, persimmons, there's longans, there's pheocias, also known as pineapple guavas, finger limes, plums, apples, pomegranates, a lot of good stuff. So the whole point of a permaculture food forest is to make it self-sufficient. Like I said, I don't want to be farming this for forever, but once I can get everything to take off, it'll kind of just sort itself. So interplanted between these guys are nitrogen fixers, something like this guy right here, which is known as the ice cream bean. It actually does put out a fruit that tastes like vanilla ice cream. I'm not using it for that purpose, since they're a very hardy tree and they grow very quick. We'll see if it does fruit. If it does, it'll just be a treat, but it's not something I'm really keen on. Maybe after I taste it, I'll probably want more. But I've got at least half a dozen of those interplanted out here, along with wattles, acacias. We're on the edge of a forest, so some of them actually have self-seeded, like this fella here. So doing pretty nice, but I've got some tube stalks that I've planted in here. They're pretty small, so you don't really see them quite yet. The grass grows vicious out here. This kikuyu grass. Eventually I'm gonna put some sheep running through here, keep the grass down, fertilize the area. And yeah, in between all these fruit trees would, like I said, the nitrogen fixers. Then we got to get some flowering plants, bring in the bees. So I put in artichokes, tansy, lavender, a few others, mainly perennials, so they come back, or they're here. They're not something that I have to plant each season. I've got comfrey interplanted out here. It's another good companion plant for a permaculture food forest. I'll show you one in its early stages. It's in flower. Pretty nice. Also have pigeon peas out here. It's another permaculture crop to interplant amongst fruit orchard and fruit trees. Nitrogen fixer, perennial. This whole fence that I'm working on is going to be for the passion fruit. So I'm going to have vines growing all along these fences. And yeah, eventually if they do get shaded out by these fruit trees, I'll just pull the fences because I don't really need them for the long run. So yeah, here's the beginning stages of the permaculture fruit forest. I can show you a passion fruit that's already kind of taken off on this side of the fence. This guy's gone off. Flowers everywhere. Little fruit starting to form on the other side. Can't really show you on this side. Anyway, there's so much stuff to show you guys out here. I'd really love to just give anybody a tour one day. If you're ever keen on coming out, let me know. This is the Davis Journey.